she can't be seen. It means fish. Yeah. Taking out the seed. There you go. Taking it to the house. Yeah.
Great.
No, they did it. No, it's just that this was not like this a week, 2 weeks ago.
They said you can open the fridge. I guess it looks cool in there.
Can you open it? Sure, yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, oh, that is a lot of money.
It's good.
That is that.
I'm just gonna sneak past you. I gotta run.
Make sure they got the cheese too.
Yeah, whole thing that kosher burgers. Oh, man, burgers and kosher kids.
Sorry, if 12 is going to try and grab them now. I think we should.
Okay.
Sorry. That's right. Oh, sorry.
So we needed to do a sidewalk through with the facilities team to just figure out what needs to be done there. But you're good?
Are we switching out there?
Red office, could you call this and then for that time here, you know, we'll be on this side, minutes.
Copy that.
Excuse me.
No, that's the number one thing. I'm all over that. Trust me.
You missed the whole thing.
Chapter 6? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the project's my email, so. Yeah, so also.
When she comes, you know, just go to Diamonds and they'll give you a space. She should be down in a second.
Yeah, we're not filming right now.
Thank you.
There's 4 James in the 6th grade.
Bye. No. I'll leave you all the video. Sorry, we're not filming right now. You're supposed to do whatever you need to. And I know what it is for. I don't know. I don't work here, but that's. They just for the new food pantry they opened. So many people in here. Who are you waiting for? Sorry, I can the commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think she's, oh,
Yeah, the press people told us to
Okay.
set up over there, so.
Yeah, like 1 minute, sorry.
All good. You know, somebody was just asking who we were waiting for, but
No
figured.
worries. Yeah,
All good.
all right, thank you.
of course.
You're the principal?
Yes,
It's the second year time?
absolutely.
Are you going to be accepting donations from the community for this purpose?
Absolutely.
All right, so you will do that. Just I'll ask you, just very nice. The other thing is, I'm back.
Jackson.
That's
Not in the long, but we do a college and career day here every Friday, so we try to wear our college like not as much. Yeah, it exposes them a little bit, you know.
Oh, no, but that's. That's. You gotta start out. If you have a chance, just send me an absolute to start. I mean, also, it's one of those things incredibly, we've done that last year. I was already doing a couple of slides, and that was very hot. And work, stuff that all the work,
Hello.
You guys want some water?
I'm all good, thank you.
It's hot in here.
It is, it's hot, but it's all good.
Pretty.
And you don't think it's just one? No, that's really great. I definitely will reach out.
Just send me an email.
Absolutely.
So we're off topic, anything goes?
Oh, you know better than that. You know better than that.
You go ahead.
We start just to the importance of having a food bank like this and why here at this high school.
So, this is a middle school.
Middle school, sorry.
Perhaps we just come closer.
Food pantries are extremely important. You know, many of our kids go home and the only meals that they have are in school. And this happens on the weekends. Vacations are sometimes challenging for our students. And we want our kids to be able to focus on the academic and learning, but you can't do that if you're hungry. You just can't. That is just a basic necessity. So this is one of the 5 places that we have the pantries. Now we have 8 in Providence. These are 5 that the Pepito Foundation has funded. You know, we went to them and they said, yes, absolutely. Our goal is to have it in every single school in Providence.
And what would you say, are there numbers, estimates, rough estimates of how many children are hungry during the day in Providence schools or even statewide?
Well, that's tough, right? That's tough because we only know the kids that come and stay. But we know that there's a large percentage of students that receive free and reduced lunch, and meaning that they don't really have other avenues to be able to get nutritious meals. And, you know, during the pandemic, we saw families that were coming in and getting lunch for the weekend, and it was heartbreaking. But what we want to do is, there's no shame in this. This is about getting nutritious foods. As you see, the pantry has backpacks where the kids can put in their food. They can come shop. It feels very like a supermarket. There's meat, there's frozen foods, there's fresh foods. It's really amazing. It's an opportunity to level the playing field for our kids.
Can you talk to some of the organizations that are supporting it? You mentioned the Gills Appliances. Tell us what they've done.
So Gill Appliance have given us the freezer and the fridge, and they do that for all our pantries. And the Pepito Foundation has funded these 5, and we work with We Share Hope, who puts it all together and works with Stop and Shop. So we are really proud of our work, and this is not the only place statewide. There's 13 of them, and we will continue. Our goal is to make sure that no kid goes hungry, that no kid struggles, that is not worried about vacation because there aren't meals. This is about really bringing in what they need nutritionally, but also some dignity around what they need.
Well, you mentioned it. You mentioned the embarrassment factor. That's so important. How do you get kids to move past that? Teachers, is it school administrators? How do you work past that?
Well, you know, the fact that the pantry is set up sort of like a supermarket, right, where they can go shopping, it's a whole different feel. There's nothing about this that is like it's a donation. No, this is our school store. This is our school. You go shopping at our school store, whatever you need, whatever you want. And some of the other pantries, we also have fun stuff. Like the kids love those Takis, so we have those in other places. So it feels very much like a supermarket.
Commissioner, while we have you, I want to ask, last night there was a public school board meeting for the 360 high school, and there's a very passionate community at that school that's upset about the merger, and they feel like there was a lack of transparency. What would you say to them?
Well, I think that, listen, the merger is important. We have 2 schools. Most of the secondary schools in Providence are struggling, and most of them are under redesign. This school is in that position. You know, when you start thinking about numbers, a dropout rate of double digits in a school with only 360 kids, that means that there are less than 100 kids on a grade. We just can't let that happen. We just can't let that happen. In another community, people would be saying, hey, not only that, there's no AP courses. Like, what are we doing? This is an all secondary school approach. And that really is important for us. What this school will provide is opportunities to AP courses. They're going to be honors tracks that don't exist in the South Side. It is going to provide the life sciences, which we all know Rhode Island is trying to lead the way. That is going to be our new market. And we want our kids to be poised to be able to do that. And when you have two small schools, Scott, who works directly in the district, can tell you that you cannot provide all the supports. You just can't. And at the end of the day, we're going to have to make tough decisions about how things move forward. But right now, this makes sense. And, you know, kids are being engaged, kids are going to have a say, kids have already met. You know, it is unfortunate that some people or one person decided to go public. And that's not leadership. You know, we have to do all those things. We did engage a lot of the community in many different ways. You know, we've had some of these other things happen, and this wasn't the outcome. We want kids to feel supported and to understand that this is about opportunities.
Are there going to be bigger class sizes or like any teachers losing their jobs or anything as a result of the merger?
This is not about teachers losing their jobs, right? We are always in dire need of teachers. That is not what that is. The school will be running at like all the other high schools. I think Scott can fill in some of those blanks of the day-to-day.
Sure, so we have 317 students at the 360 high school that we're going to fold into the Juanita Sanchez Academy. So those 300 students do need teachers. Our teacher ratio is 25-1 in the classroom, so we will have to absorb the majority of those teachers back through an application process, however. Right now, in our district, we have teachers in 5 of our comprehensive high school going under redesign. Those teachers in the redesign schools need to commit to the pathways of the school. So for example, I'm a theater teacher. I want to commit to Hope High School as a theater teacher. They have a brand new program. So the teachers there have an opportunity right now to say, I don't want to be part of that process. I'd like to teach in a life science school. So that's happening in 5 of our 6 schools right now. And we didn't want to let the teachers at 360 be left behind. They're the only school that's not in a redesign process. To the commissioner's point, they don't have AP honors classes, as well as they're in the lowest 5% of all high schools in the state right now based on their accountability. So we took this opportunity now to fold them in. It's not a closure, but we're actually folding them in. Unfortunately, they will have to reapply for all their positions to make sure that there's a fit for that school.
Now,
Thank you. Can I get just the spelling of your last name and your title?
Scott Sutherland, Sutherland, Chief of Staff.
Thank you.
We just had one last question, Commissioner. Right now, the state is making, some would say, an historic investment in school facilities around the state. Cities like Pawtucket are looking at a nearly $400 million unified high school. At the same time, there are pockets of parents around the state who are frustrated and sometimes angry that the traditional schools that they grew up in, some cases their parents grew up in, and in a few cases their grandparents went to, are essentially going to go away. What would you like to say to those parents in terms of the opportunities that exist right now?
well, it's a different time, right? We want our kids to be able to compete. We need our kids in state-of-the-art buildings so that they can compete with our neighbors in Massachusetts, in Connecticut, all around the world. You know, yes, everybody likes the historic buildings. Everybody likes, you know, memories are important. But what our kids need is what we are trying to give them, is these 21st century learning environments where they can compete, they can lead, they can be in environments where they are learning. And what we want as a state is to be able to lead. And we have to make change. I know change is hard, but once you see what's in place, there's no looking back.
Last question.
No, we
That was
have
the
one
last
last
one.
question, Pat.
Okay.
We
Thank you
are
all.
2 minutes over.
Thank you, Mom. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, come on, give me an hour or so, we can talk.
I wish I had an hour with anyone.